I'm 38 and I'm single, and I usually date men that are older than me, and usually they have kids. I like to ask this question on a first date to gauge if I want a second date. It really tells a lot about who they are as a person, how they treat their children, and how they will eventually treat their wife. So the question is, hypothetically speaking, your daughter has a car, she's driving, and she gets a flat tire and she calls you. What do you do? Now, I've heard several.
So I would probably, she'd probably have AAA or whatever towing service, as well as the little roadside assistance that they have. So she'd probably be double covered there. Assuming that she's in the state or a place that I can get to her very easily, then I'd probably go up there and pick her up myself, make sure that the tire gets changed, so on and so forth. If I can't, then that's where you kind of have to trust roadside assistance to do its thing. But that's probably what I would do for her and for my kids in general. But for the dudes, they could probably defend themselves a little bit better. So I wouldn't leave them to do it, but I'd be more likely to leave them to do it than I would a young lady or a woman in general.
Different ideas, variations. The common ones, I've heard men say, I already taught them how to change a tire, so they'll figure it out.
Yeah, too.
I've heard men be like, well, obviously I'm going to run over there and change it for her and save the day. And then another one is like, well, if I'm busy, if I'm at work, or if I'm, out of the state, like on a business trip, there's AAA, we'll give them a call, we'll get it taken care of. Now, I do like to ask a follow-up question, and that is, if she has a boyfriend and that's how he responds, how does that make you feel? There is a deeper meaning to this question, and that is, our parents kind of create that baseline of what we tolerate and accept in a relationship. Having a flat tire on the side of the road sucks. It's just a situation to be in. And it's important to me to have a partner that not only will show up for me, but will show up for his children in an appropriate, respectful and kind way.
I mean, but you really didn't even say anything, to be honest with you. Those are all scenarios that could happen, because a dad could go with equipping his daughter to change that tire so that if he's not able to get to her, instead of her sitting out on the side of the road like a sitting duck, she gets out there, changes that flat tire within 10-20 minutes, and she's back on her way, versus sitting out there waiting for AAA. It could be, sometimes AAA has come within 15 minutes, and other times AAA might come within an hour. Do you want your child sitting out there on the side of the road late at night for an hour, 2 hours, or whenever they can come? Probably not. So get out there, if you can, change the tire. All of those things are equipped. So this is what you run into with modern women, is they pose questions that, quite honestly, it doesn't sound like they have the answers to. It sounds like a great question to ask, but then at the end of it, she really said nothing, in my opinion. So what would you expect out of your man? What would you want your man to do? Well, I want him to show up. He did show up. He showed up in all scenarios. Hey, we've got AAA for you. And then we've also got the towing. See if you can get a hold of them. Because if I'm on a business trip, I can't get to you, right? Or if I can, I'm going to try to come. Not to necessarily save the day like you put it, but to take care of my family. Or another option is to change the tire yourself so you can get back on the road. All of those are feasible options, but unfortunately for modern women, it does not seem to be enough.
Yeah. Put a finger down if in the last 6 months you've had 3 different guys go and sleep with either their ex or the girl that they told you not to go and worry about, and then lie to you about it, still try to date you and get in your pants, and then you had to talk to each one of the girls separately to find out all the information, and the guys still lied about it. I do have new girlfriends though.
Put a finger down if you found out that information and instead of leaving him alone, went to go try to talk to him and try to put him on blast instead of blasting off and getting away from that man. Put a finger down if you might be just as toxic as him, but in a different way.
I asked men for money real quick after meeting them. One thing about it, you're not finna play in my face. I got too much stuff to do to let a man play in my face.
After you get all this experience, right? You get to dating multiple women, you get to seeing how they move and what their true intentions are. You get to understanding that most of them are for sale. Some of them play it off better than others, but bro, 99% of the time, bro, you have to buy them. Period. It's for sale. Half the time they are in survival mode. They disguise it as, oh, I have standards and you have to meet this requirement. I just have standards, so you have to, you got to do this and that to get my time and my. What makes this even crazier is, bro, 90% of the time, they don't have no money, no job, they're broke.
Dang.
Nothing. They don't have no cash. They can't show you 10,000. They can't show you 5,000, 1,000. They can't even show you $1,000, but they want you to pay for all these things. No.
Okay, who's looking for a single mom with 3 kids who takes care of all of her own? Just a lover girl by heart, likes to be sarcastic, you know, homebody. Someone who just likes to like chill out most of the time. Get really laugh, watch TikTok videos. Who's looking for that? I mean, I don't wear sweatshirts all the time at home, guys.
Right.
Story time really quick. Last night I get a text from a guy that I was supposed to go out with a couple months ago. We did never end up going out because he totally forgot about our date that we had planned.
All right.
So I stopped talking to him, right? Anyways, he texted me last night. Hey, I know it's been so long and I've still been wanting to take you out. My buddy, his girlfriend's in town and they're going to the Phoenix Rising game, and I was wondering if like you wanted to come with me.
Sorry, no, I can't come. Period. That's the end of it. Don't go. The man forgot about you. He went on to do other things. This is how women, modern women, make themselves an option, and they get stuck in the situations that they don't want to be in. Do not go. Period.
And I was like, why not, right?
Do it for the plot. Do it for the plot.
Again, we've never met. This is our first time. So I meet at his apartment. We drive together to the game. And we go to get in his car. And he goes, this is like super embarrassing, but your name's Hannah, right? And I was like, no, Sydney. He goes, oh, okay, we're right. Yeah. It's just like been so long. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You literally thought you were going out with a girl named Hannah. I'm like a completely different person. Did you even know what I looked like?
It doesn't matter because you were really going there for the game. You probably weren't going there for him. You just wanted to get out and somebody invited you to a professional sports game, so you went. And this is the price that you paid. Period.
So years ago, I worked at a warehouse and I had a coworker she was beautiful in her own way, okay? But she was not the typical attractive woman, you know? She didn't have the nicest body. She was very simple, didn't wear makeup. She was a little bit chubby.
Which men have asked for.
She just was very simple, but she was a beautiful person. And we had another coworker who was a gay man. He was older.
Right.
And, you know, we were always together. We had to work together. And we would talk, you know? And you know, she would always talk to us about her fiance. She was engaged.
Right.
And we always try to picture like her fiance. And we always, you know, it's just natural to assume that they either are on the same like attractive level. Like he probably is not that attractive. I don't know. We just assume that, which is wrong of us. Okay. But that's just what we assume. And our gay coworker would always tell us, she is such a good woman. She deserves such a good man. And I know she has a good man because I know the type of woman that she is. She is a very, very, very good woman. And he would always tell us, like, that's how a woman should be. Exactly what she is what a woman should be. So one day, she came and showed us her engagement pictures. Guys, her husband was so attractive. We were all, like, shook because we just did not understand how she got someone like him. not just attractive. He was buying her a home. He was all like the whole package. He was a good provider, good man. And we were all like, what the? And our other coworker told me, I told you her husband was going to be a good man, because that's what good women get, good men. And mostly every single woman that I know who is in a good, loving marriage isn't the typical, beauty standard.
Right.
And they have amazing husbands.
Right.
And I know a lot of women who are the total physical package and they're single. And it just always reminds me of that saying, like, la suerte de la fea, la bonita la desea. It's so true. It's so true. And overall, I think the moral of the story is that if you're a good person, if you're a good woman, a good man, it doesn't matter how you look. Eventually, you will find a good person, because first of all, most good women, good men do not, settle for anything less than what they deserve. And what I thought was the cutest thing was that she didn't even think of him like that. Like, of course she knew he was attractive and all, but she didn't see it like she didn't deserve him or he was too good for her. Like, she knew she was a good woman. And I'm not saying that you can't have both, because I also know a lot of very, very beautiful, attractive women who have amazing husbands. So obviously you can have both. But I think that it overall comes down to
Character.
how you are as a person. If you're an ugly, attractive person, that's what you're going to get. If you're a beautiful, not so attractive based on standards, and you're a good person, you're going to find your person.
Imagine that. This is what men been telling you. Your looks are just going to get you in the door, man. Your looks are just going to get you in the door. You got to be a good person. I can't take you home if you're acting crazy. Got a body, looking fantastic, but you're out here shaking and baking and earthquaking. My mama ain't going to want to see that. My daddy ain't going to want to see that. They going to clown you coming through the door. My brothers and my sister going to clown you coming through the door. She going to call me, who is this? I don't like her. What you got going on? That's what she was doing, and that's what she did. Period. I didn't like her for you, and I'm glad y'all broke up. All right, sis. Oh man, she ugly. She's not even that cute. Okay, sis. I don't even know why you attracted to her. I don't know why you like her. Before you marry her, I'm just telling you right now, you might want to rethink your decision, because something about her I don't like. She's not it. Okay, sis. I'm telling you, some of these women don't understand that you gonna come around here being yourself, being your bad self, and you gonna get clowned right out there back to the street. Keep on playing.
Okay.
Look, sometimes I don't feel like doing my hair, so I just want to get up, slap a wig on, and walk out the door. What's
Got
wrong
him.
with that?
You can be here with embrace your natural hair.
How do you feel?
I think if it were a different color, it'd be better.
So if it was like a black wig, you would date me?
Yeah.
So how about I get your number, right?
Oh.
And then you can advise me on wigs I can wear. This is my protective hairstyle. What's wrong with that?
Dang.
It's blonde.
It's because it's blonde. Oh, so you don't like blonde on black men?
Oh my God.
Uno reverse card, man. He wrong for that.
What do you do to do that? In real life.
I'm gonna ask y'all. Gonna say, men don't keep a marriage romantic.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Being real.
I wasn't gonna sit here and play games with y'all. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Men do not.
Because most
you can't speak for all men. Some men are very
I'm tell you. He only doing that for you to please you.
Right.
Men are not romantic, because women have a romance in their head. The men just trying to figure out. You know how many men on Valentine's Day be trying to figure out? I'm gonna just buy. That's why all y'all just give flowers.
Yeah, because we learned it from Disney Channel. They was watching Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z,
Disney
Ninja
Channel,
Turtles, Pokemon, all this stuff. We watching Disney princesses and people getting married and having kids and stuff, and they're not watching that. The boys are not raising them.
So it's programming, you're saying. Right. But they can learn. They have the capacity to learn, right?
I'm teaching nobody's son how to be romantic. Bye.
Exactly. Because you have a false sense of romance in your head. But go ahead.
Let me tell you something. Why would you want, there we go again with the control. Want to make a man be the way you want him to be.
Right.
Let the man love you the way he wants to love you. You'll be better off.
Oh,
I just feel like
You don't want a
I
fake
just
man.
feel like
Let the man be real.
You need to, when you love somebody, you need to show it in those ways. You know, love is an expression too. You know.
I hear you.
Women express love. Men show it.
Oof.
And they show it by how they sacrifice.
Oof.
It ain't got nothing to do with what y'all think.
Mm.
All that's extra. That's extra. And you want him to be a character? Trust me, he gonna be that. If he love, he gonna he gonna be that actor. But believe me, if you go to his job and talk to his boys that he work with, them dudes stand around, they don't know what to do. They just doing it to please a woman. Man, she want this, man, I gotta do this for my wife. For my old lady. I gotta do it for my old lady. But let the man just be, if men would just, let me tell you something. If you're recording me, men, just do it like I do it. I got my wife with 3 grown behind daughters in my house. They always mad at me. Cause I ain't stuck with little doggone feelings and emotions.
Yes,
they
sir.
get mad with me. I don't care. Because I know one thing for sure. Feelings change all the time.
are you saying men don't have feelings and they don't get into their feelings?
I'm trying to tell you.
I love the way he's handling it. I'm not gonna holler. I'm not gonna scream. I'm just gonna pump some logic into you. Boom, boom. What you saying? And you da da da. While the other one walking off. Boom. You gotta get here with this logic. And I know you hear me in that room. Logic gonna win out every time.
Men, for the most part, don't. I won't say they don't have feelings, but they don't react off of feelings unless.
Oh my.
Just back up. if he's never saw how a man deal with his feelings and his emotions, he's gonna react to how he's seen it. So if all he saw is a woman raising him with feelings and emotions, and he's never had the opportunity
That
to
too.
be around a man for just long enough to just see how he should be, trust me, he's gonna act from his feelings and emotions.
They're different kind of men. They're men that really show a lot of love and affection to their women, and they get it back. Because whatever you give a woman, you get it back.
That's fair.
I'm telling you. Then if that's the case, women should show more affection if that's what they want. You should show more. Instead of trying to put it in your head that I want affection, I want romance. You be romantic. You go put some rose petals in your bath water and tell them to come and get in there with you. You go do all the stuff that you think romantic that you see on the movies and the TV. You go do all that.
I just feel like the way love is shown, you know how God be blessing us and stuff to show us that He loves us. It's like, you know, when you're in a marriage.
Wait.
Let her finish.
When you're in a marriage and you're a husband and a man and you want to show that love, how God is showing you and blessing you, I feel like you should, you know, reciprocate that same love to your wife, you know?
Right.
It doesn't have to be always sacrifice. It can be, you know, giving stuff and taking her out to eat. Just to keep the fire in the relationship, so it's not just, you know, arguments and this, that, and the third, you know, all the time.
Well, I tell you this: a man show romance. You look at the house you live in. You live. I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but you live in a really nice house.
Yes, sir.
You got some really nice cars.
Yes, sir.
That your daddy bought.
The way I think of it is when God
Listen to what he say,
in
huh?
a relationship wise. When you're in a relationship with God, it's like being His bride, like being married to God. So when God is blessing you, when God is doing these things for you, that's His way of showing how much He loves you. And I feel like you should be doing that in a marriage between, you know, you and your wife. You know, it should be the same way your relationship is with God.
Yes, that's true. But God asks you to do things in order to be His bride. God says explicitly, if you don't do these things, you're not going to live in my house. You can go live somewhere else, but you're not going to live in my house. And He's been consistent. There's a lot of women out here that have been given, that have been sacrificed for, that have been loved over and above what they deserve. And in return, they spit in the man's face. Figuratively speaking, if you want to talk about God, there's examples in the Bible where God has overextended himself for the people that he loves. And they turn around and spit in his face. And he's saying, listen, you guys keep on spitting in my face. I'm not going to continue to allow that. Oh, well, I could just keep on. And I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to give y'all some space to work, to figure out if you love me or if you want to be in my corner or not. I've been watching you. Well, I didn't feel. There's a story. 10 women were getting ready for their weddings. 5 were pretty smart, pretty intelligent, always planning, always had their stuff together. And the other 5 always rushing around, just kind of doing things last minute. And the people, the grooms kept on telling them, hey man, we about to come. Y'all get ready. And one night, the grooms came. And 5 of them was ready and 5 of them wasn't. Y'all been given a warning. If you do this, this is what's going to happen. In order to live and be ready for me, these are the steps that you have to take to be prepared for what I'm going to give you. Period. I love you. I want to take care of you, but I want you on my schedule. I want you on my time. You're going to operate, and you don't have to. You don't have to. You can go your way. But I have to have you operate and support my mission and what I'm doing. Isn't that what God says? You have to build my kingdom. Period. If you're not building my kingdom, then you're not on my team. So when you talk about a man loving a woman like God does and showing him that effect, I totally 100%. You're not going to get an argument out of me. But that's what he's saying. God sacrificed, and a man sacrifices. That's love. And instead of you glossing over, look at the house I built you. Look at the cars you drive. They're very nice cars. Look at the way that I speak to you. I'm not hollering at you. I'm not being demeaning or degrading towards you. It's because I respect you and I care about you. But you in turn say, oh, well, I don't care about no love. You don't care about no car that you gave you, no house. You complain about it. And in addition to all of those things, he gives you and he tries to learn and give you the affection that you're longing for and you're craving for, the closeness, the intimacy that you're looking for. He tries to give that to you, but it's a learning process, just like it's a learning process for you. So it's only fair that you recognize the way he loves you as he learns to love you how you want to be loved, and you do the same for him.
I hear you. And I was going to say, when God sent the hurricane, it's him. They sent the hurricane. Are you happy about that? Now it's your husband. I'm just asking.
I mean, of course. I mean,
are you happy about
no.
it? Okay. Are you happy about it when the tornadoes come? We could even let's make it, that's corporate. Let's make it personal.
I'm not talking about the wrath of God. I was talking about how to keep the romanticity, or however you word, in a marriage. That's all I was saying. You know,
all right.
I know God can get mad about the things that we do, but then, you know.
But it's all of it is his love.
Yes.
Every bit of it is his love. And so what you're saying, because you look at what God is doing for you as romantic.
Yes, man.
That's how you look at it. Why not look at what the man do for you as romantic?
Hey.
Because he loves you. It's the same thing. God ain't bringing a bouquet of flowers to you. You know what I'm saying?
You get a
bouquet of flowers is blessing you with the things that you've been praying for months. Those are his bouquet of flowers for you. Of course he's not going to give you a bouquet.
Okay. Expound on that.
Okay, he can cook on that too. This house, once again, think of that as my bouquet of flowers. But I want the flowers not just about, I get it. But don't you see the sacrifices that I made? So I'll get you the flowers. But what about the house that I just bought you? What about the car? What about the safety I put you in? You look well fed. Your skin is clear. You look like you're healthy. You're doing all. I'm not saying that she's big. I'm just saying you look like there's nothing wrong. You're not in turmoil. Everything is fine. What about that? That's a lifestyle I've given you. I've purposely created that lifestyle for you, so you wouldn't have to work. I get up every morning tired, working, so you don't have to worry about that. So you can see what a good man is.
Look outside. Those are your bouquet of flowers right there.
There you go.
Amen.
And that's for everybody, for the man and the woman. You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't just that he picks that. It's for everybody. And so what's she talking about?
She said the man have the minion, then the bouquet of flowers is outside. Go pick
get
the
the
daggone
flowers and bring me my
and bring them
flowers.
to me. That's what she's saying.
Ungrateful.
I think that people have inside of them to do what they want to do, to who they want to do it to, whenever they feel like doing it. It all depends on opportunity, circumstance, who the person is, how you feel about the person. All of that is involved. I don't think nobody, yes, thank you. I don't think nobody is black and white. Everybody has areas that, you know.
And I won't disagree that men will buy flowers, men will do the chocolate thing, they will do the things like that. And I don't disagree with that. I do believe that it is, and what I'm going to say, it's just not something that we dwell on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. It's not something that a man is sitting around
thinking about. Yep.
Take my wife 1,000 roses today. You gotta sit around thinking like that.
Not every day, but
Some
yeah.
do think about that. You know, they think about the next trips they gonna take with their wife. They think about taking off on work.
Wait. I won't say this, some don't. But I'm gonna tell you for sure. In all of my years of living, it's always been a woman in most of the men's lives that I know that have arranged all that. Now, in my relationship, every trip we've taken, I have arranged it. Me arranged it, set it all up. But growing up, as a man, as a young boy, watching men, the women get the trips. The women set up all of that. They set their money aside, they paid for it, they told that man come.
Okay, cool. But the man is excited to come. That's my point.
Yeah.
You know why he's excited to come? You know why he done that? Because he sees that she's really interested in women.
Yeah.
Because of what she done. What you guys are looking for is you guys want the man to do everything and everything. And if he don't do everything and everything,
but that man will do everything and everything for the person that he loves and wants and truly loves.
I'm trying to tell you, when
You gotta help him.
move her, you gotta be careful.
Yes.
Because if he overdoing it, he probably just want to have sex.
True love bombing.
You better be careful with that now.
That's why you have desire.
Because if he's doing all that and he ain't putting no ring on your finger, he's just trying to do
I'm
it.
talking about marriage wise though. I'm not talking about
Okay. Now after he get married to you, it just depends. It's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. When I married your mom, we take little trips all the time. How you think you came in the world?
Come on back down here.
Matter of fact, that's about how all y'all came just about. So that I arranged, you know what I'm saying? And I would always been spontaneous, you know? So I would just do little stuff. But this romanticized stuff that y'all are talking about, I don't know about all that.
Everybody's different.
And sometimes can, sometimes won't, sometimes will. It just depends. And again, I say you can't try to control the man. Let the man be the man. Yeah. And let the man love you. You'll be loved right. You'll be loved correctly. If you're trying to make him love you a certain way, you're gonna be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Mm-hmm. But if you want to be loved for real, don't try to train a man to love you.
Mm-hmm. You can tell him.
Because he knows how to love.
Yep.
We definitely know how to love.
Yep.
That's just not the way you want us to love you.
Yep. You want to be swept off your feet and all those other things. A man can do that. But there's a certain thing. A man loves you by what he knows. A man loves by his protection. I'm trying to keep you safe from all this other stuff out here. So if I tell you no, it's for your protection, right? If I say don't go here or maybe change this, it's for your protection. It's so that you can, well, y'all pass away earlier. It's because a lot of times a good man is trying to set you up and his kids up for the future. Even when I'm gone, I'm up out of here, I want you to still be thriving and surviving. That's how a real man works. And yes, he can do all that other stuff for you, but it's important for you to understand and recognize what he's doing outside of those grand gestures of romanticism. That's a good video, good discussion. And that's just my opinion. Until the next video, I'm out.